Hey, what up, fans? I'm back. I am going to do my. Sorry. I'm doing a very unique review today. Doing a remaster, in a way, of a different card game anime. Yeah. I'm still going to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't worry. I plan to review the Battle City arc, second half of Battle City arc later today. you know? Let's move on to the Wake of the Dragons arc. I've written down how many episodes each arc is. Make sure to calculate too. Yeah. Battle City Finals goes from episodes 122 to 144. There's 22. The next arc, Wake of the Dragons, goes from episodes 145 to 184, which is just spent almost 40 episodes. So that was going to be a longer review. Maybe watch some episodes at night. We'll continue the next day. And the last two official arcs is the Grand Championship and Battle's Memories. Grand Championship goes from episodes 185 to 193, which is just 13 episodes. One of the shortest Yu-Gi-Oh! Arcs. It's a very short filler arc. And again, so was the Girl from America, which is 2 episodes. The Legendary Heroes, which is 3. Since the virtual one was the longest. The Grand Championship is 13 episodes. Battle's Memory is 25 episodes. Oof. I have a total of... Let me just do it math for the place I'm aware of. Yes, whatever. You know, it's not a paper. Total of at least 189 episodes, I think. And I did the math right. I think I read it right, I know. You wonder what that was? That's just something that came in a box. So I actually managed to grab recently. This managed to send myself a Switch 2. No, don't give a shit at what you pick up on Nintendo right now. So I ain't liking it so far. Problem is, I gave it a while ago, got it the other day. And you're dropping it over there, and it just vanished. No joke, it just vanished. I probably checked the bags, it could have fallen there. Oh, it could have been under there. If it is, I can't fucking reach it. I don't know how this is even possible. How the hell this happens to me. It is frustrating that this happens. I don't really have any Switch 2 games right now. I still got regular Switch games. Which should be if I don't buy my first official Switch 2 game. Right, enough about that random shit. I don't know much about Vanguard. But it seems to be made by a company known as Bushy Road. They only based it like America and Japan. I think they based it like just in Japan. Stores in America and stuff, but never released here. I like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, where you can easily get them here, except Rush Duel, of course. Which 5 years, 6 years on, I still no Rush Duel in the West. Kind of stupid, am I right? What's the point of the Rush Duel anime? You can't play Rush Duel. It's kind of pointless. But anyway, it is a well-known card game, but really, but probably not have many booster pack sales. Even when every series that's released on YouTube, visually that is on the official channel, the official Cardfight channel. Play ads similar to Ultraman in a way. They just play ads for the next series. They just play ads for whatever sales and stuff. But the Ultraman ones are kind of pointless unless you can have buy stuff in Japan. As you know, there's no official way to buy Ultraman toys for the Western audience. So what's the point of have promotional ads if you can't buy them? I'm just saying. But that's what I was saying. The series received an Italian anime in 2011. That was very popular. It received a sequel series called G, which ran for 4 seasons. It received a remake in 2018. A prequel story set during, and one of the seasons was a prequel story. And then a new series came out, which is one of the most unique ones, as it was actually a partnership between Funimation, which is now known as Crunchyroll. Damn you, Sony. So that was officially able to watch on Crunchyroll if you can't find, even though you could just easily find the episodes on YouTube. So yeah, the doesn't even use any familiar voice actors. I guess it wasn't based in New York. They just distributor, I guess. But not saying the dubs are bad, but I don't recognize any of their voice actors. I don't think they've been anything official, except for the Bunny Fight dub in season 1 and the first half of season 2. As the protagonist is played by Sabrina Pite, who played Bolt Aoi in the Beyblade series, the best series for 2 seasons. Because season 3 had a different dubbing company. So, different voice cast. Yeah. I never really seen all the Beyblade shows. I actually did watch the entire original Beyblade. Never seen all the Metal series recently. I had seen a couple episodes because I had them on DVD, but that's about it. I didn't see the rest. Which makes me sad. I really want to watch more. I can on YouTube. When I can. I don't get off topic, but I just want to mention these things. I have a lot to say about the dress series. It's alright. It's not bad, but they changed some things I think is just not that great. And that's, and once I had it, it'll see its own sort of sequel series, I guess. Yeah, I'm confused about it myself. Unless you thought it was just a continuation with the same character, same protagonist, just with a slightly new design. No. Really separate character. They look exactly the same. Yeah. Yeah, but I know it's a continuation because there's a character in it that appears in the previous series. I was watching it as it was coming out, actually, initially, the dress series. But I just stopped watching after season 2 for some reason. Oh. Anyway, get that topic. Again, I can't get rid of that habit. Hey. Series is popular and it's Neil else is getting a new series next year. So, yeah, 2026 is the 50th anniversary of the franchise. And then also a new series coming out in 2027. So, I don't know if it's going to be similar to the dress series, going to be a complete reboot. Well, I mean, continuity reboot, because it's its own continuity, no ties to any of the previous series. Like with G, which is obviously a continuation of the original series. I do plan to talk about all those series up once, don't worry. Me do it after I finish Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point. The do both of that like that. I'll still review this other Yu-Gi-Oh! Series as well. Those sections going to be different type of review. Because there's a difference it, because it's not officially subbed, unlike the other seasons for some fucking reason. It kind of bugs me. Anyway. Let's finally get to this remaster of the first episode of the 2011 of the first series of 2011. So, yeah, that's they also TMS is also officially releasing the dub versions on the original series on YouTube now, re-releasing them technically because they were on YouTube before, but then they got taken down for some bloody reason, licensing, I guess. Now, I really don't know why they took them down. If maybe most people just watch on Crunchyroll or something, but no one ever in Japanese. So they don't have these sub and dub options. They just have one language or the other. So it kind of is bothersome. It kind of bugs me, as you know. Anyway, as guys. So the series opens up with it just a segment center of a post-apocalyptic football player, American football, I mean, or rugby. I say football because of the armor. So when it comes to American football, they have where uniforms with shoulder padding and helmets and stuff. I don't really care about sports, so. But, you know. Anyway, I'm sorry, look at all the schedule. It's almost 12 o'clock at this time. Unlike our usual reviews, don't really start the day, still start in the morning. Anyway, there seems to be a sort of about as a review that this is just a card game. The two talented people playing a card game. The lose and one of them lost. His name is Morikawa. He's a middle school student. He brings his luck for his loss, but the other guy named Kai doesn't really give a shit on him. He's more the Seto Kaiba type character. You know, the brooding loner. Well, not really a loner, because he does have a friend named Miwa. You know, Kai's basically the tough guy, because you know, you get what I mean. Has a bit of a dickish attitude, but not a bad person. Why does he remind me of Kaiba? Seriously, both of them were happy when they were children, but something happened that changed them becoming who they are now. I don't know why comparing the two. I know they're both card game series, but I don't know why comparing them. Oh my god. Anyway, I think this remaster is still ongoing too, because if you look at the official YouTube channel, they actually made it as part of a playlist instead of leaving it separate. Supposedly they remastered the entirety of the series. Most likely, it's gonna be weekly thing and it'll be airing until 2027, I guess. And then just remaster the entire original series, or just remaster the first season. Yeah, it's not exactly clear. Also, this remaster series actually has its own unique opening that showcased the main protagonists of this series with the protagonists of the other series. Technically, one character already exists in this original series. Is like I said, it's a prequel story he gets focused on too. Now, even has a focus with another character for the sequel series. Now, well, I gathered, the prequel is just him telling the story, telling that story to the G cast, which shows the sort of return. Didn't watch all of it, sadly. Regret that. Anyway. Well, so yeah. The, no, the girl that basically the one in the character who's supposed to keep an eye on things, hasn't. Well, she hasn't. Doesn't have much focus yet. Which is, no, the remake actually made some changes for the first episode. Made some changes to maybe to differentiate itself from the original more. I'd like to compare those two at some point. You know, like when I review the reboot, I'll talk about what changed for the original, at least. But I don't know what other things changed. That's why I like to watch the entire original series before that. Anyway, this is open because right after Kai wonders if there's anyone, if there's a worthy opponent out there. That's why we got a narration about Vanguard being one of the most popular card games, and how the narrator who's basically the protagonist. So one he gets to play against the one he saw. Then we cut to a middle school, which is where Monokawa goes. The teacher, who, by the way, they say he's not Japanese, is using trading cards for his lesson on the Sengoku period. Series did receive a manga adaptation, by the way, in Koroko Comics, I think. The Bite series actually are based on manga, so as Dual Masters, they're both based on manga, published under Shogakukan's Koroko Comics imprint. Sadly, though, for Dual Masters, I can't watch the entire series. The big dub of the first series is available on Amazon Prime now, but the other series the sequel series is available so anywhere, nowhere. I can't find them. I don't know why it's very hard to find. Shouldn't be. So Yokai Watch, I want to watch the entire shows, but it's impossible when not all of them are available. Not even, you know. So it makes it really annoying. But anyway, the teacher called Morikawa was opening packets in class secretly. Bear cards to take out Toshiki Kai, that's the guy's full name. The teacher calls upon our protagonist, Aichi Sendo, who, by design, you can clearly tell is supposed to be shy. You're supposed to be a shy kid. They're asking, are we patrols about? I said, you just, by the way, do retreat and stuff, but teacher commends him on that, not scolds him, but, by the way, it is an option. But he told him to match him. See, I like the teacher there. He's not saying IG is wrong in the situation, but treating is a strategic option too. As a coach to think more creatively, that's what teachers should do. So yeah. Immediately he says himself, actually does say himself pop up. It's rival Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it is obviously rival Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters in Japan. But the West it's rivals Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, most. Because, you know, they're both card game series and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a lot more source material compared to Cardfight, compared to Vanguard. As it was based upon manga by the late Kazuki Takahashi. And it was published in the most well-known magazines, well-known shonen magazines out there. Shonen Jump. Like, it has multiple spin-offs. That's how freaking popular it is. They rival against that. So, I don't know, I don't think, well, Vanguard is popular. I don't think it's as popular as Yu-Gi-Oh! And I mainly grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Might have been into Vanguard if they actually aired on TV as when I was growing up. And aired the shows on TV in the West. I do not know why they never did that. As far as I know, I don't know why they never did that. But, yeah. Anyway. The other people just milk Aichi for his shyness. Yeah. Anyway, Aichi has a pulled a wallet. I don't know what. I think it's his wallet. But inside he keeps a card in it. The card's the most blaster related. Well, again, he might, if he was in the Sengoku period, be brave. Imagine that. Boycott notices the card, and he comments that it's a very rare card. So basically, at the class, at the school, he picks on Aichi, basically stealing the card. Aichi says it's important to him. Boycott's a real jerk. But it's kind of like Shark in a way. The character started out as a bully, but then grew to become one of the character's protagonists' great friends. Except for the La arcs. I wish I didn't know. I really wish I didn't know. I wanted to find out myself. But nope. I've never seen all his episodes, sadly. I only seen up to the end of season 2. Well, not all of season 2, but I've seen quite a few episodes, including the final few episodes of that season. And sadly, just the UK Pops just stopped airing it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Stopped airing on TV ever since for some reason. I still don't know why to this day. Like, it's still well-known anime, so it's weird stopped airing on TV. Like, it could air on channels like CBBC or something, but again, it will get any ad revenue. I'm just saying, it's just, weird that stopped airing on TV. I never got to see Arc 5 on TV. I managed to watch it through other ways. Netflix, yeah, I was able to watch it when it came on Netflix. I only had the first 2 seasons, though. Season 3 was not on there. So I couldn't watch it all. And very well watching on Sky Kids. I didn't, that was Sky Kids. Sky had a TV box set bin. I was able to watch the entire first season of Rays. But they did not have all episodes of season 2. So I couldn't watch it. Which really makes me sad that we keep getting the short end of the bloody stick about this. But luckily, it did seem to be improving with that, as you can watch the entire first season of Go Rush on ITVX. And time recording, as far as I know, it's airing in the period on ITVX, all episodes of season 1, even though the Japanese in America, it's still airing. And it was doing the Luga, basically the Great Killer Terror arc, I call it. When it finished, fully released on UK's, I get off topic again. I really got back onto a habit. So, yeah. When we come watch the card captain, which I prefer the original card captain than the remakes version, because it actually looks like a card shop. It doesn't look generic. It looks fun. Imagine something that a card shop should be. So, after that, Moicano challenges Kai again. A bit about boss fight. Kai agrees to the challenge. Not a lot later, Aichi arrives. Just after Moicano loses, basically Kai gets the card. Aichi finds out about this. And basically challenges Kai to get to a card by himself. Kai agrees. So this is where he goes over the rules. I'm going to try my best to sum up the rules of the game. Basically, it requires imagination too. Imagine yourself on a planet called Cray. You're just astral forms there. To actually properly be on the planet Cray, you must basically ride the Vanguard. And then your soul will be mixed into this. Basically, you take over their physical body. Then you fight for them. And each one has a grade. You start with grade 0 for when you start the game. So stand up, Vanguard. Or as Kai said, stand up, the Vanguard. Yeah, I don't know why he says that. Like, I'm sure the other characters say it too, but like he's the only one of the main cast that says the. It's weird. A little bit pig, I know, but come up with one about it. Anyway, so you write each grade every turn. And once low grade can be called, you help, and some are able to guard against specific attacks, so as they have the right power. And when you take hit damage, it's revealed with a damage step. You draw a card from your deck, you place it in the damage step. But cards have something called triggers on it. We learn about critical trigger, that gives more critical to Vanguard, increasing its attack power, and increase the amount of damage it can deal. Once you get to 6 damage, you lose. Did I get it right? So yeah.
That boy!
Lordy a-hole. Anyway. Kai is a professional player, so he's one of the skilled players. He has a really great imagination too. Oh, that's it. Well, Aichi seems to know who Kai is. Kai never said his name. And Kai recognizes Aichi's full name, calls his by his full name, Aichi Sendo. Moicano never said his last name. He just said Aichi. So it's just they knew each other. Anyway, Aichi's allowed to was given back his card just to use for the game and stuff, because his deck's quite valid. He never played, but he did create his own deck so he could play against one person. And sees that person is Kai, called the previews, which I already know, because I'm familiar with the story. As we end the episode on with Aichi writing his avatar, he calls it, Blaster Blade. In the episode, and we get the anime's original ending, not a unique anniversary ending. Why? If you're going to create an anniversary opening for this remaster, why not create a new ending for it? I don't understand. Oh well. That was the first episode of Vanguard. Sorry I went on a little tangent and stuff. Random stuff. I kind of got into that freaking habit. But as you know, I actually do like the Vanguard series and the Body Fight series. When I was in Duel Master, so I can't comment on that. I tried watching the first episode of dub, didn't like it. But that's just a dub. I watched the Japanese version, I might like it. I don't know. I had to watch it all to give it a proper chance, so. Anyway, what do you think? Are you gonna get. You like Vanguard? Let me know in the comments, because. What was your best series in the franchise? My best series was actually the sequel series, G. Yeah, I just discovered it on YouTube one day. Didn't know about this and just watched it and liked it. That's got me into the franchise. That's what led me to find Buddy Fight. Etc. Just stumbled upon it, never heard of it till that day. So, yeah, let me know what your favorite Vanguard series, and I'll thank you all for watching. If you enjoy my content, please also want to see my subscribe channel, because you always can check. Sorry for the long video, unintentionally. I went on a bit side tangents there. Hopefully I'll do bad by the next episode. But I'll see you guys next time. Well, don't you see you guys, that'll be Yu-Gi-Oh! But you get what I mean. Q Phoenix out.